Good afternoon, students. As we know that due to some internet disruptions, we could not continue our class beyond 40 or 50 minutes. So let us complete that class out here. So during that time, we have derived this formula that was simply the triangle's law of vector addition. So I hope you might have copied this one during the class hour, but still if you have not copied, I am giving a chance to copy it. Just pause the video and just copy it down, okay? Once you copy it down, then again you can play the video. Moving on to the next part, I thought we will be doing some numericals on based on this formula, but still we will do the numericals in the class itself. So I will be doing the theoretical part out here, okay? So see, first of all, you have learned about this one. Now this formula came out to be r equals to root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. It came out to be like this, or you can write the actual formula that we derived there. It was in terms of p and q. It was like this. It was like this: r equals to p square plus 2pq cos theta plus q square. It was like this. So how to use this formula? For example, I have given you one example during before deriving this formula, and the example was how will you add these two vectors? If it is given in the question, a vector A having 4 Newton, 4 Newton in north direction, and B vector of value 3 Newton in east direction. So how will you add this one? The first and foremost thing that you must do is graphically represent these vectors. For example, a 4 Newton, if I draw here, it is my east, this is my west, this is my north, and this one is my south. So 4 Newton in north direction, this simply means this one. Sorry, 4 meter in north direction. So say this one will be my this vector. A vector will be here. Okay, let me take a broader ink. So this is my A vector. Similarly, my B vector should be in this direction. This is my B vector. Now what I have to do, we have to add this one. How we will add? As the form, we have seen the statement part where it was written A and B should be in the same order. So I will keep it in this direction. I will keep B in this direction. Now I can see that both are in the same order. We have learned this one now, how to put them in the same order in the during the class. So we have put this one in the same order. Now how will you draw the resultant? So resultant will be this one. So resultant will be this one in the opposite order. This is my resultant. Now how I will apply this formula? Simply I know that A equals to 4 Newton and B equals to 3 Newton. And what was theta here? What was theta here? Theta was the angle. Theta was the angle between what? Between whom? Between P and Q. In this case, theta is the angle between A and B. I hope this much is clear. Theta is the angle between A and B. So after redrawing this diagram, what is the angle between A and B? It is 90 degree. It is 90 degree. So theta will be 90 degree. A is how much? 4. B is how much? 3. Newton, Newton. I am not writing the direction. Okay. So this one is the thing. Just put this data in this equation. What you will get? R equals to root over A square means 4 square, B square means 3 square, and 2AB means 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 into cos 90. Now from our class 10th knowledge, we know that cos 90 is how much? Cos 90 is how much? Cos 90 is 0. So ultimately anything multiplied by 0 will become 0. So 2 into 4 into 3 into 0, this term will become 0. So no need to write this one again and again. So the answer will come out from here only. So I am rewriting here r equals to root over 16 square plus 9. Sorry, 16 plus 9. So it is coming out to be 25. So answer r equals to 5 Newton. So my answer will be resultant is 5 Newton. So resultant is 5 Newton. But what will be the direction? What will be the direction? So direction will be if I put this here. So I am getting some kind of like this. During the class or I told you, you cannot change the orientations of the vectors, you can change their positions. Like for example, I can bring this vector from here to here, but I cannot change its orientation. I cannot make it like this, I cannot make it like this. It has to be in this way only. That is, the angle between this and the horizontal should remain constant. We have done this in the class part. So I just brought it here, and what I found that this line or the resultant lies between north and east. So answer will be in north east direction. So this is the way we will be using this formula. So during the live classes, what I will do, we will solve 4 to 5 questions on this particular formula, so it will be a bit more clear to you people. Okay. Now the second important topic today we should discuss is resolutions of vector. Resolution of vector. Now what is this resolution of vector? Now see, I told you in the very first class, or so in the beginning of the class, that there are 3 things. One is your I cap, the other one is your j cap, and the last one is your k cap. Done. In the simple English terms, we call it horizontal, we call it vertical. Okay. Now, in resolution of vector, what we do is, if there is any vector, I repeat, if there is any vector which is not vertical or horizontal, which is neither vertical nor horizontal. If there is any vector which is neither vertical nor horizontal, simply means if this is a vector, so it is neither vertical, it is nor horizontal. So using this process or using this thing, yeah, that is called resolution of vector, we can convert this vector into horizontal part and the vertical part, Now how to do this one? Let's see. Now suppose someone has given me a vector that is called A, which makes an angle theta with my x-axis, or you can call it horizontal. If I drop one perpendicular here, then it simply looks like a right angle triangle. Let us mark, let this point be B and let this point be C. If I calculate cos theta, what I can get is base by hypotenuse. What is base here? Base is this one. And what is hypotenuse? AB. So let us say that AB is called A vector. AB is what? A vector. So what I understood, cos theta equals to BC upon AB. Or can I write AB cos theta equals to BC? Or can I write, instead of AB, can I write A? So simply what I can say, that this one is A vector, then this one is my A cos theta. Then this one is my A cos theta. Okay. This one is my A cos theta. Now similarly, if I calculate sin theta from this same triangle, that is ABC. From the same triangle ABC, if I calculate the sin theta, what I will get? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. In this case, what is perpendicular? AC is the perpendicular. What is hypotenuse? It's AB. So can I write AB sin theta equals to AC, or A vector sin theta equals to AC? So let us give the vector sign to everyone, as we do in every class. So what I got, that if this is my A vector, I can say that this one is my A sin theta. How I can say? Because see, AC is the vertical part, AC is my vertical part, and this equals to how much? So I can draw the same length of line and I can call it A sin theta. and this part BC I have just calculated A cos theta. So this one is how much? A cos theta. So simply this is called resolution of vector, where you can convert a vector, which is neither vertical nor horizontal into a horizontal component, that is called A cos theta, and a vertical component, that is called A sin theta. Now this was the method, bookish method, in which we derive, we go step by step and all. But in your further classes, like when we will be having application part of this one. So each time you won't be having time to derive this one, and you will be writing this way. Okay, BC means A cos theta. We will take a triangle, then we will find out cos theta, then we will find out sin theta. During examination time or during the other parts where you will be applying this thing, it won't be possible. So we have to learn one trick, that is called, sorry, that doesn't call anything. Let us do that one. So for example, if there is a vector and if there is theta. Now remember one thing, when the line with which a vector makes angle theta becomes A cos theta. Now in this case, this A vector is making theta with this horizontal line. This A vector is making theta with this horizontal line. So simply what I can write? I can write this one. If I take another case, now this is my theta. So in this case, what I saw is this A is making angle with this line. That simply means this will become my A cos theta. Now again, the line, okay, we better if I don't write this one in statement. If I make you understand through diagram, it would be better. So you told, if this is A vector, this is your A vector cos theta. Now the line that is perpendicular to A cos theta, A cos theta, that means simply this one will become A sin theta. That is, this one will become A sin theta. Now you must ask one question, sir, why you are taking only this line? This is also perpendicular to A cos theta. This is also perpendicular to A cos theta. Why you are not taking this one? Why you have taken that one? Then there comes out to the second point here. Okay, this is the major point, and there is one sub point inside this one. And what is that sub point is, you have to take that perpendicular, whose angle with A is acute angle. Acute angle is what? In mathematics you have learned, acute angle is that angle which is less than 90 degree. So if you take this line, then the angle between A and this line is more than 90 degree. That simply means you cannot take this one. But if you take this line, the angle between A and this one is less than 90 degrees. That means you have to select this one. Okay, I hope there should be some kind of confusion. So let us clear that also. How? Let's see. This is a vector P. No, I will be taking a different one. Now let us consider that this is a vector P. This is making an angle theta with the horizontal. So according to the first case, what I told, the line with which vector makes angle theta becomes A cos theta. If this is my vector, this is the line with which this is making an angle, so I will make it P cos theta. It's that simple. But But look here. Now which perpendicular I should choose? Choose this one or this one, because both are making angle 90 with the p cos theta, and we have to choose that line which is perpendicular to vector cos theta. So either I have to choose this one or I have to choose this one. Now let us see which one I need to choose. The second condition is you should choose that angle, you should choose that line which makes angle with the vector, that means you should choose that line, either this line or this line which makes acute angle with the vector. This is acute angle? No. This is acute angle? Yes. So this one you will take as p sin theta. Understood? Let us take one more example. Now this is theta. Now this is theta. Now pause the video and tell me which one will be your cos theta part. I hope you have done this one. This is your, let the name of this one is x. So this one is your x cos theta. Now again pause the video and tell me which one you will select as sin theta. I hope you have done this one. Let us see. Now this angle is an acute angle. This angle is an acute angle between x and this line. So I will take this one, this line as x sin theta. I hope this one is cleared, very much cleared. So we have done resolution of vectors. Okay. Now what one more thing we can do is rectangular. Now what we have done is, this was a vector p, you wrote here, sir, if this is theta, you told me, sir, this is p cos theta, and you told me that, sir, this one is my p sin theta. So this was the rectangular component in two dimension. Two dimension means what? Only along x axis and only along y axis. Where is the z axis? Where is the z axis? So we will do that also now. It's bit easier than the earlier one. So the heading will be rectangular component of a vector in three dimensions. In three dimensions. Now how? Let us consider that there is a vector A. This is my x axis, this is my y axis, and this is my z axis. Now what you have to do is, this A vector can be written as, A1 along x axis, along I cap, AI along I cap, A2 along J cap, and A3 along K cap. During the live class, I have shown you this one. There was one example where we took A vector equals to 3I plus 4J plus 6K. We took this example. So this component is along x axis, this component is along y axis, and this component is along z axis. So it simply means this one. Okay. So whatever vector they give you, you can write it in this form, like a I cap, a2 j cap, a3 j cap. Physically it has no significance. Because there will be no question from this part. The question will be from here, which we have done in the class. Okay. Now we have done this part, I hope. Just a second. Now we have done this part, how to calculate the magnitude, of this vector. I have given you, we have done questions also. It's simply a1 square, a2 square, a3 square. For example, if a vector is given as 3i cap, 4j cap, 6k cap, then the magnitude will be, we have done this one, we have done questions also based on this one. in unit vector part. We have done this one in unit vector part. 3 to the 9, 4 4 is 16, 6 6 is 36. So ultimately it will be how much? 30, 40, 50, 55, 61. 61 units is the answer. So this is the way, these are the rectangular components of this part. Okay. See, if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the WhatsApp group also, and also during the class also, during the live class also. Okay. So we can take your doubts anywhere. So now the third part of this part is direction. Now, what is the direction cosine? Let us understand. What is the direction cosine? If this is my, just a second, if this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, and this is my z-axis. Now let us assume that there is a vector A. Now let us assume that there is a vector A which is making angle alpha, with x-axis, and angle beta with y-axis, and gamma with z-axis, and gamma with z-axis. Now they will ask you what is the direction cosine. Now they will ask you what is the direction cosine. So simply you have to write there, direction cosines are cos alpha equals to cos alpha equals to cos alpha equals to ax upon a, cos alpha equals to ax upon a, cos beta, beta is which one? Y part na, beta is which one? Y part na, so simply ay upon a. Cos gamma, cos gamma is which one? This one. Along z axis, so simply this one was your sine cosine, sorry, direction cosine. So what I can do with these three is, can I write here ax equals to a cos alpha, b a y equals to cos a cos beta, and a z equals to a cos gamma. So these three equations are important. Okay. Now what we can do is, if I square, where to write, if I square all the equation and then add them, squaring equation 1, 2 and 3, and then adding, so what it will come, this will become your a x square, cos square alpha. Similarly, a square y, a square cos square beta. Similarly, a square z, a square cos square gamma. Okay, a square x, a square cos square alpha, this will, it will become like this. Now add all these three equations. So ultimately what you are getting, a square x plus a square y plus a square z equals to a square cos square alpha, a square cos square beta plus a square cos square gamma. So ultimately what I can do is, this one will become what? Okay, this one will become what? See, if my a vector is given as ax I cap, ay j cap, az k cap, so the magnitude of this one will be what? Root over ax square, ay square, az square. Or instead of writing a vector or this one, let us write a vector here, and the magnitude is a. So ultimately what it will become, a square equals to ax square squaring both sides. I have done the squaring. So instead of this one, can I write this one? Simply let us write. And can I take a square common from everyone? So a square cancels out. So ultimately what we are getting? So this is one important relation. This is one important relation. Similarly, we can derive one more thing. What is, instead of this cos square alpha, can I write 1 minus sin square alpha? 1 minus sin square beta, 1 minus sin square gamma equals to 1. So ultimately how much you are getting? 1 plus 1 2 plus 1 3. That is simply 3 minus sin square alpha equals to 1. If I bring this one here, so it will become positive. And 3 minus this 1 will come here. So it will be like this, minus 1, it will be negative. It will be negative. So ultimately you are getting sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma goes to 2. So these two equations are important. So what you have to do, how you will copy it right now, just see. You will give this heading here, pause the video and draw this diagram, then write this steps, then this is your third steps, then you can proceed further. 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11 step. Okay, so now you can pause the video and you can write. So first pause here and write. Next you can do is, you can pause here and you can write, and you can pause here and you can write. So we have done almost everything of the vectors. So the numericals part are left, and I believe that it would be better if we do this one in the numerical class. Okay, but before that also, the basic part we have done. There are few things more, like for example, vector product is there. The one will be your scalar product, and the other one is your vector product. So these two are left, we have to do this one. Then there is one more thing, right hand thumb rule. Then there is right hand screw rule. Okay, now once we do these three things, then there will be geometrical meaning of vector product. So once we are done with these things, then our vector will be over. Okay, then our vectors will be over. In the next class, what we will be doing is, we will do this one in X plus few questions I will be taking from this one, what we have learned today. So we will be doing these things. We might be taking 15 to 20 minutes class longer in the next class. If possible, I will be taking a bit longer class, okay, to compensate this class also. Okay, so thank you.